Okay, guys, let's see if we can't do some more learning from some golf, some what I call golf myths. Okay, and there are some myths, and a lot of it, and some of it is just misunderstanding. Okay, of how you interpret what the instruction says. But let's talk a little bit about shaft lean. Okay, but first let's understand this. We've talked about the mass of the club, right? You know, we showed where the mass was, but the mass of the club's right here. This is where all your mass is, right there. All right. You also have a golf ball that's got mass. It's down here. That's what we're trying to move. Mass on mass. All right. If this club face or the mass is an extension of my hands, then how in the world can I have my hands ahead of the mass to move that golf ball? Well, I can't, because the only way to move mass with mass is that you've got to have the mass that you're using to move the mass that you want to move behind the mass. Okay, you'll never see well, you will, and it's called a foul ball. But let's just take baseball. You'll see a guy. This is how you hit a baseball. It's whoop, just like that. They won't hit it out here. But when you see somebody come in here and they hit the ball back here, one, it's late, okay? They got their hands ahead of the ball and it fouls off, okay? It's the same way in golf. So shaft lean in golf is a myth. And here's why it's a myth. Because I just explained it to you. But if I come in here and my hands are ahead of the mass of that ball, that means that the only way that I can move that ball is now pull the mass with the mass. I'm not pushing the mass with the mass. You've got to push that mass to go where you want it to go. That's how you control the club face. You cannot do it this way. It won't happen. You'll hit foul balls all day long. Okay? That's just the way it is. It's like that baseball player hitting up here, hitting it back here. Past his hands. The ball's already past his hands. He's going to foul it every time. Okay? You're going to foul that ball each and every time. Let me move a bigger ball down here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. That kind of makes sense. Okay? You'll come in here and what you want to do is come in here like this. Okay? Not like that. See how far back that ball is from that club face? That's pulling the mass. You want to hit that mass with the mass. Well, Bill, that's flipping. No, that's not flipping. That's called a damn release. Because I'm releasing the mass to that mass to hit that ball. Okay, does that make sense? So, whenever anybody says, well, that's how the pros do it. No, it isn't. If they show on Konica, Minolta, Biz Hub, or whatever it is in slow motion, they've showed it a lot of times. They'll show it right here, and they'll show it like this, but the club hadn't even got to the ball yet. Okay, and you got to understand that pros are pros. Okay, a lot of them mess up like that, and they've got to do a little flip to get to it. Okay, but they'll always hit the ball with the mass, and the mass of that ball is going to be lined up. It's not going to be in here like this. It's not going to be here like this. If they do, they're going to spray it all day right. Okay? They just don't do that. Some of them do because they're just off on that swing. What's another myth? Another myth is how many times have you been told? And I've said it to people too. Well, you got to swing out. You got to swing out. No, you don't. You don't swing out. Okay, because if you start saying, if you take that literally, what you'll do is you'll go out there and start swinging outside, and next thing you'll know, you'll start duck cooking the hell out of it, and you'll start shaking your irons. That's all there is to that. Okay, you will swing out, but let it happen without intention. Okay, your intention is not to swing out. You will swing out if you're bent over and you're in a posture. You will swing. It will swing out across the line a little bit and swing back to the inside. Okay, so don't try to swing out. That's just bad information. Let's see, what's another one? Another one would be, oh, yeah, the wall. We got a wall out here, and how many times have you heard, you know, you got to get to that wall. You got to get that side of that wall. No, that's another myth, and here's the reason why it is. Because if I take that literally and I say, oh, okay, I got to get to that wall, but what's the first thing that's going to happen? I'm going to start having shaft lean, aren't I? Because I'm trying to get my left side of that wall as fast as I can, and you'll never catch up. Okay, the wall is your right side, right here. That's your wall. It's not over here. For a right-hander, it's right here. For a left-hander, it's right here. You come, and the golf swing is a takeaway, away into you, because it's got to return from where it came into you. And since you're bent over, you're going to be swinging a little outside with your arc. So there's your outside, but the golf swing is in sequence, is away from you and up and down and up. That's the golf swing, okay, in that sequence. And anything that you try to put in differently in that sequence, it's gonna mess you up, okay? So, a lot of people have got good intentions of what they say, and then when we go out and do what they say, we find out that it doesn't work, okay? And that's all I was trying to say. But as far as golf, as shaft lean in the golf swing, that's a fault. If you're hitting the ball like this with the mass of that club back here and your hands ahead of it, and you got shaft lean, that's a swing fault. And what's it caused by? Hell, it could be caused by many things, okay? Many things that you've heard and misinterpreted, or somebody gave you the information and you went out and tried, and you're really not doing what they really meant for you to do in the first place, if that makes sense, okay? So that's why golf is so damn hard to learn, because you hear all this stuff, okay? Just use your common sense, go out and have some fun, and listen to some people that know what they're talking about. Talk to y'all later. Bye.